Want to bring in 5 News meteorologist Stephen Elmore with us. Stephen, taking a look at some of this video is one thing for me to see it on a screen. I've been looking at it all day, but you were actually there in person looking at these just devastating images. Stephen, what was it like in person from talking to people just on the ground?
Yeah, so we went yesterday evening heading into Friday afternoon. Our sister station in THV 11, we were watching that live stream in the newsroom when we saw that tornado, that destructive tornado, start to touch down just on the north side of Little Rock. So as soon as we went down there, we went immediately to Kamek Village, which is just on the northwest side of Little Rock, and we saw some extreme damage. Now this is an area.
Just look at that. I mean,
this is just on the north side of Little Rock. This is shot by our chief meteorologist, Matt Standridge, out there with the drone earlier today. Now, I was heading into Friday evening. We're at Kamek Village, where they saw kind of the beginnings of that tornado. That tornado continued to touch through North Little Rock, moving into Sherwood, which also saw some extreme damage today. But some of the heaviest hit spots today was in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Jacksonville, Arkansas, obviously, we know a lot of people that are from there. Devo Smith is from there, a big-time basketball player for the Hogs, and the community there just spoke about how close-knit they are, how close-knit they're going to come together and continue throughout the rest of this event, cleaning up together. And we actually got a chance to talk with a pastor from a church there this morning, and he explains how the community is going to be coming together after this tornado touched through Jacksonville.
Absolutely. We just finished paying the church off in December, was the last note. Everybody's excited, happy. We built this sanctuary 5 years ago, paid it off. We owed nothing on the church. It was completely paid off, so we was ecstatic about that. And just yesterday, we knew that storms were coming, so I got a call from one of my friends, said, man, you better go and take a look at the church. And so I came to look at the church, and when I turned the corner and saw the church, I was speechless, man.
How could you not, just looking at that, how could you not be speechless, especially seeing it right there in front of your face? And I know we've dealt with the Springdale tornado. I've seen it face to face. You really just can't describe it, but I mean, Stephen, man, that's widespread.
And it's widespread, and it's put to you put it to a personal aspect when we're right in front of this church and we're just about to wrap up, and all of a sudden this pastor comes in and tells us his story about how, if you heard, just this past December, they just finished paying off this church. They just rebuilt the sanctuary, and now to deal with this. But his message was not about the sorrows of losing the church. It was about rebuilding and how the community is coming together. Really quick, just to put this in perspective of the preliminary reports coming out of the National Weather Service, Micah, this tornado was on the ground for more than 30 minutes long, almost tracking 30 miles. Now, driving 30 miles, you can understand how long that is. They're accounting for 54 injuries from this, and the one death that we reported from North Little Rock. This is the width over a mile wide. So this is a devastating tornado, and we'll be hearing more from it over the next couple of days.
Definitely. And you said, you know, really wanting to recover. That's what we know Arkansans are known to do when we see events like this. Well, thank you so much, Stephen.